Honorable Vivek K. Tanakha ji. Honorable Vivek Tanakha ji.
I am in Lok Sabha.
Lok Sabha, please.
Before I start my strong critique of the amendment bill, I would like to personally thank Mr. Puri for responding to our mails and extending full support to the students and other Indian Standard Award. I don't remember a single day when I didn't send him a mail in those 2-3 months. And I saw that somewhere they were being responded to, though we never got any answers. Now, coming to the bill, I have 4 points, one by one, and an ancillary point, which ancillary point is about the budget. The first point I start with is about the statement and objects and of reasons about, talks about the safety audit conducted by the International Civil Aviation Organization, which is a United Nations specialized agency. And in 2012 and 15, in October 15, India's safety score was 89%. Please note that. It was 89% in 2015. However, I must mention that the recent audit by ICAO in November 2017 and in February 2018, the audit result shows that India score declined to 57.44%. From 89, it's 57.44. And in February 18, it is 65.82. India's air safety oversight is lower than its Asia-Pacific counterparts, such as Bangladesh, Maldives, Pakistan, Nepal, Sri Lanka, and North Korea. A dismal record. Currently, India's score is lower than the world average of 65% on the ICAO board. World average is 65%. India is one of the only 15 countries that has scored below the minimum target of 65%. This is the poorest score India has recorded in an ICAO audit in recent times. Why I'm saying this is, we are claiming to become a superpower when our air safety standards are ordered to be worse than that of Pakistan and North Korea. How do we become a 5 trillion economy? Another point, my points are based out of the amendments. At present, as per Schedule 6 of the Aircraft Act 1934 and rules of 1937, there are 83 offenses with different penalties put together. First is imprisonment for a term exceeding 2 years or with fine exceeding 10 lakhs, not exceeding 10 lakhs, there are total 11 offenses. Imprisonment for a term exceeding 1 year or with fine not exceeding 5 lakhs is 25 offenses. And similarly for lesser, it is not exceeding 2 lakhs for 18 offenses and not exceeding 1 lakh for 29 offenses. So there are 4 categories of offenses for which we have penalties. In December 2019, I asked a question as to whether DGCA has taken any action against operators who were found to have deficiencies. I received a reply stating the following. In 2016, the enforcement action was against 203. In 17, it was 243. And in 18, it was 334. The notices and the answer nowhere showed me if any penalties were imposed. My information, and the Honorable Minister would in his reply may tell us this, that when you have not been imposing penalties at all, I don't think you have imposed these penalties, or if at all, from 2008 when these amendments came, you never found the need to impose these penalties, which were up to 10 lakhs. Why are you enhancing it to 1 crore? I mean, tell us that if the penalty was not being imposed, virtually not being imposed on anybody, what is the need to enhance it? And penalties are a deterrent. If 10 lakhs was not a deterrent, then why have 1 crore? I mean, this is an answer which I would like from the minister. Another point, when you take up these offenses, what is your attitude? I mean, at the end of the day, you want to make these three institutions statutory institutions. You're giving them a statutory shape. But even without being statutory, they could have been fair and bipartisan. I remember in January this year, Mr. Puri had tweeted, in the case of Kunal Kumra, offensive behavior designed to provoke and create disturbance inside an aircraft is absolutely unacceptable and endangers safety of air travelers. We are left with no option but to advise other airlines to impose similar restrictions. In the case of Mr. Kumar Kambra, they imposed a restriction of 6 months and then it was reduced to 3 months. But what I would like to ask is to myself. Recently, one of the film stars was traveling by Indigo flight, and there were a whole lot of press people actually creating turmoil in the aircraft with their cameras. And I am told the only imposition on them is like something like a warning. Now, in the case of Kamra, you stop him from taking a flight for 3 months, and not only in one aircraft, Indigo, but in all airlines. But in the case of this lady who was being rushed upon by all these people, recently, 3-4 days ago, this is the actress Kangana Ranaut, when she was flying from Chandigarh to Bombay, we saw on television the entire media which was creating turmoil and havoc in the plane. What have you done? For a conversation that one man did, you impose a selective punishment of 3 months, and for the turmoil these people create, the media creates, you just give them a warning. So unless, it doesn't matter if your institutions are statutory or non-statutory. If you're not fair, how would your rating go up? I mean, today we are talking of safety standards. Your safety standards will only go up if your attitude is fair. Justice seems to come out of that attitude, and that is how people are going to respect your decisions. Another point which I would like to make is, Director Generals are appointed under the amended sections. Now, in the last few years, if you see the profile of your Director Generals, in 12-13, it was an IAS officer. 14-15, it was an IAS officer. 15-16, it was an IAS officer. 16-19 was an IAS officer. And presently also, it is an additional secretary. I think that is correct. Now, let me compare this with what happens abroad. Details of civil aviation heads in other countries. In USA, it's a former United States Air Force officer and an F-15 fighter pilot. In UK, it's the head of the Royal Air Force from 2016 to 2019, having served there for almost 40 years, a qualified pilot and a flying instructor. In Indonesia, it's an aerodrome engineer. In Australia, it's a commercial and airlines transport pilot. In Bangladesh, it's a fighter pilot. In China, it is 10 years with Ministry of Transport and 5 years with Aviation Ministry. And in Pakistan, it's a fighter pilot. So it is evident that a pilot or an expert civil aviation person must be at the helm of affairs. We must also start implementing the same if our aviation sector is to be reformed. And only such persons who are well conversant with practices and procedures of the industry who can revitalize the same. I mean, all this is connected with what you're doing today, the amendments. So the point that I'm making is, if our safety standards can only go up if you have professionalism, our safety standards will only go up if there is proper implementation of your penalty provisions. If you're selective, if you are going to punish one person because he has a particular ideology and another person because he is media, I mean, that is not what is acceptable. It doesn't get us, behove us respect from the people. So my case is that these amendments may be all right, but at the end of the day, when you have never imposed 10 lakhs, would you like to impose 1 crore? I mean, we would be happy to tell us, if you could tell us in these 10 years, how many people have been imposed penalty of 10 lakhs? And the last point that I want to make today is, your budget for the aviation allocation for the Ministry of Aviation has been getting reduced. In 2018-19, the actual was 9599 crores. Budget was 4500 crores. Revised was 3700 crores. And actual was 3797 crores. Now, if you are not going to give a budget to the ministry, if the ministry is not going to get a good financial budget, how are you going to operate? I mean, you have vacancies at the ATCs. You have vacancies at the level of experts. You're not able to fill up your vacancies. Now, unless your own system becomes improved, unless you are able to revitalize the entire structure, nothing is going to happen. I mean, these amendments will remain cosmetic amendments. To say that you are going to penalize somebody 1 crore will be selective in application. And I don't think anything great is going to happen unless we are determined to bring a system which brings fair play, justice, and good administration in the system. Thank you.
धन्यवाद माननीय विवेक जी.